Hello everybody and welcome back to another video. As chaotic as this election cycle has seemed at times, ultimately the dynamic of the race to the White House is pretty simple. Arizona, Florida, North Carolina, Pennsylvania, Michigan, and Wisconsin will ultimately determine the presidential election between incumbent President Donald Trump and former Vice President Joe Biden. Every realistic outcome in which either candidate reaches 270 electoral votes will be dependent on some favorable combination of these 6 states going in either one of their columns. 101 electoral votes are at stake between these 6 states, and the president won all of them in 2016 over Hillary Clinton by different margins. In order of largest to smallest margin of victory, Donald Trump won North Carolina by 3.7 points, Arizona by 3.5, Florida by 1.2, Wisconsin by 0.8, and Pennsylvania by 0.7, and finally Michigan by 0.2. So relatively speaking, they were all very, very close, especially in the 3 upper Rust Belt states known formally as the Blue Wall. I think a statistic though that actually tells us more about these states is how they shifted from 2012 to 2016. First of all, the state of Arizona was the only state that shifted to the left, going from R plus 10.1 in 2012 for Mitt Romney to R plus 3.5 in 2016 for Donald Trump. That was a 6.6% swing towards Hillary Clinton, which is significant for a number of reasons, but mostly it stems from the rapid and ongoing socio-demographic shifts in the state of Arizona. Every other one of these states moved towards Donald Trump from Mitt Romney, and in order of least to most, North Carolina shifted 1.5 points to the right, Florida shifted 2.1 points, Pennsylvania shifted 5.9 points, Wisconsin shifted 7.5 points, and Michigan shifted 9.7 points. So purely based on these 2 stats that we've gone over, 2016 raw results and 2012 to 2016 shift, you can clearly see that the 3 southern states, Arizona, Florida, and North Carolina, while going to Trump by larger margins in 2016, they did not move as much and stayed relatively stagnant as compared to the 3 northern states, Wisconsin, Michigan, and Pennsylvania. The main and obvious reason for this is that the latter are typically more Democratic states while the former are more Republican. But how does this specifically tie into 2020? Well, it helps us understand polling averages for this cycle and if and how wrong they could possibly be. As of right now, Joe Biden leads in all 6 of these states, according to both 538 and Real Clear Politics. I took the time to compare and get a combined polling average out of both sites' data, and I have ranked them in order of largest to smallest lead for Joe Biden as follows. In the state of Michigan, he is up by 7.7. In Wisconsin, he is up by 5.7. In Pennsylvania, he's up by 5.4. In Arizona, he is up 2.5. In Florida, he is up exactly 2 points. And finally, in North Carolina, he leads by 1.9 points. So once again, the 2 groups of southern and northern states are very different in data. Biden's combined average in Arizona, Florida, and North Carolina is plus 2.1, while his combined average in Wisconsin, Michigan, and Pennsylvania is exactly 3 times as high, 6.3 points. Now, this correlates with the 2016 data in that Trump's winning average in the southern 3 states was 2.8 points, while up north it was 0.6. Now, having said all of that, you are probably asking, what does all of this mean for 2020? Well, based off the data I have just presented, and if you didn't already know, it should be clear to you now that these 2 crucial geographic groups of states tend to correlate when it comes to how they vote. If a candidate is struggling in one Rust Belt state, take Hillary Clinton for example, they are likely to struggle in others as well. The last time that Wisconsin, Michigan, and Pennsylvania did not all vote for the same presidential candidate was back in 1988. So that makes 7 straight instances in which all 3 states either went red or blue. And just so you know, they went blue 6 times out of 7. The one time they didn't was in 2016 for Donald Trump. The 6 times leading up to that, all 3 states voted for the Democratic candidate. But nevertheless, and getting back to my main point, if polling data is off to the same extent as it was 4 years ago, Arizona, Florida, and North Carolina become complete toss-ups, and each candidate has a 50-50 chance at winning any of the 3. But in Wisconsin, Michigan, and Pennsylvania, Trump would have to overperform polls by 2 to 3 times as much as he did in 2016, which is highly unlikely. And that is significant for the race to 270, because ultimately if Joe Biden wins those 3 northern states, he wins the presidency, no matter what. Unless, of course, something crazy and unforeseen happens in a less competitive state. But it is starting to look likelier that Trump could win in Arizona, Florida, and North Carolina, and it still would not be enough for his re-election. That is basically it for today's video, though. Let me know your thoughts, opinions, comments, or concerns in the comment section down below. I hope you all enjoyed it, though. If you did, please make sure to like the video down below and subscribe to the channel if you haven't already. Also, check out more content on your screen here. As always, thank you all so much for watching, and tune in next time. EP out.